now, there's something new on the move. And things will never be the same. Welcome to my murder circus.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Huntcraft. I'm sure you've seen enough hour-long videos about all that's new in the murder circus. So in this video, I'm just going to give you a quick brief of the things I found to be cool, or OP, or worth noting at least, up to this moment anyway. But before we start, do not leave the circus like this. A pack of 3 all together at night when there's a damn flare on the floor blinding you, that's an easy invitation to death. Anyway, let's go. Also, while we're here, rare but a cool tip, if you're using a frag bow and you see a player near a poison barrel, it's a cool bonus to make sure you hit the barrel along with the player. That way, he's bleeding, poisoned, and fighting the bees.
Lol.
He has no time to stop the bleed, so he has to fight the bees, but then he'll bleed to death. Alright, let's start with this thing. This used to fill up your dark side boost when you have a token. Not anymore. Now it just gives you a second of dark side boost, whether you have a bounty or not, and disregarding any pledged pacts. Pretty powerful for 1 mark. And this David cameo in the fortune teller machine is the bringer of goodies. He will give you a ton of random goodies for 1 mark. Traits, money, a second of dark side boost. He can also give you the master clue effect. He can give you a random shot and will also restore a health chunk. Now the unique thing about this event that's unlike any other event, probably that's why they're saying it's their biggest event, is that it used to be the case that you can get a maximum of 3 marks per game. And later on in some events, you could get 4. But now, they're literally farmable. Every 25 event points, you get a mark. You get 2 marks for banishing the boss in Bounty Clash, and you get 3 marks in Soul Survivor. So you don't get marks anymore by looting a player or banishing the boss. It's just farmable. Just kill stuff, hit the balloons, you'll keep getting points, and every 25 points you get a mark. And on top of all this, you can loot marks off of dead players. So if you kill a dude with 9 marks, which is the maximum you can carry, you just got his marks. And then it's happy circus time spending. There's also no complementary original trait. You know, a trait that's already in the game, but then when you're pledged to a certain pact, it gains a different ability. That doesn't exist. Each pact has 2 traits, and you can get them both in-game from the supply point or from the circus. The first one, when you pledge, you get it for free, and the second one costs 3 pledge marks. And one more cool addition to traits, Surefoot is now a normal trait, and it costs 4 points. This is the trait that lets you sprint while you have tools or consumables in your hand, like this. So in terms of rewards, I think this is the most extreme the game has ever been with in-game rewards. We can have a debate if that's good or not, but for the time being, that's what we have and what we need to work with. Essentially, expect everyone in the game to potentially have dark side boost, which means it's not only sound that can give you a position away. You can expect to be seen behind walls way more often now, by anyone, especially if you hear them use dark side. Luckily, the insane amount of dark side boost available is a bit countered by letting you know people acquired it anywhere on the map. So whenever a player gains dark side boost, you will see this burn mark on the map. That includes acquiring it by spending marks, or looting a dead player to gain seconds, or looting it off a boss, all sorts of sources. Which brings me to an awesome improvement in the game, which is the manual dark side boost. Now you can use Darksight without wasting seconds if you want. In fact, Instinct still works in normal Darksight. So if you go in Darksight and you don't see the orange glow around the screen, then you know there's probably no need to enable Darksight, because nobody is in a radius of 75 meters around you. They can still be further away, but it's still a good bonus to have in mind. Now let me clarify this a little bit, because it might get you in trouble if you use it wrong. Here's an example of what I'm saying. I have the bounty, I'm in dark side, and there's no instinct activated. I know there's guys ahead, so I'm moving forward towards them. As soon as I see the glow, I activate the boost to see the players. But remember, instinct is a function of having the bounty. So this only works if you have the bounty. If you get any of those new fake seconds of Darkside boost, whether it's from the new pack trait, Corpse Seer, or the seconds you get from the sealed reward I showed you earlier, those are fake seconds. They are Darkside boost, but they won't give you the inherent property of having the bounty, which gives you instinct. So here, for example, there are people around me, and I got this second from the sealed reward. As you can see, I don't have the orange glow, even though if I activate Darkside Boost, here I can see an enemy very close. So just be careful with this one. The Darkside Boost change also helps with the new OP trait, Blademancer. Because the obvious thought is, if you take this trait, you probably don't want to take the bounty because you will be using Darkside too often. You want the freedom to use it without wasting seconds. Even though you can use it without wasting seconds anyway, because you can tap Darkside and acquire your arrows, which normally wouldn't consume seconds. But it's just less risky this way. I definitely like this change, and I know it's here to stay. This isn't an event change that will go away. This is a new quality of life change in the game. While we're at it, those two weapons in my hand are the two new weapons in the event. This is the Chokonu, which is a medium-sized crossbow-like arrow dispenser. It has a fast fire rate, and I've only used it once to this point. Worth noting as well, Blademancer can get you your arrows or knives no matter what the obstacle is. You don't need line of sight to pull them back to you.
Thank you for the curry.
And then this insane, noisy weapon is called the Shredder, and it's some sort of frisbee dispenser. Its projectiles bounce around and hit stuff. Luckily, this bullshit is not a permanent weapon. It will go away with the event, and you can only get it from the circus for 5 marks. So enjoy it while it lasts. Now let's look at Bounty Clash. Bounty Clash is now on permanently, at least for a month. They said until the 6th of January, it's going to be on all the time. There's a few welcome changes. They added a bounty bonus for extracting, and on top of that, if you extract as duos, you get 150 points, and solo you get 600. And there's a few balancing changes. First of all, the full restoration kit. It now fully restores the health of only the player interacting with it, not the whole team. So this is a bit of a punishment for losing bars. They also added the Darkside boon to the items available in Bounty Clash, so you can get a second for a mark, and we know that you get 2 marks for just banishing the boss. So if you banish the boss, you can get an early second if you're quick enough. And that has nothing to do with having the bounty on you. And for the AFK farmers, they reduced the time after the bounty token has been extracted from 5 minutes to 90 seconds. Here I'm testing it. The bounty is leaving, and I have Witness and Vulture. I got the warning for time. I can loot a couple of bodies. I see those guys here, but I don't think I can make it. And remember, the map timer is an extraction timer, so you don't need an extra 30 seconds to extract. Here I literally make it at the last second and I instantly extract. It's definitely more inconvenient, but I still think it should be a bit harsher. Then again, who gives a shit about $100? Now, one last thing about Bounty Clash, which I think is controversial. You know that new shredder thingy that you can get from the circus? If you extract with it, you can take it into Bounty Clash. Absolute shredder indeed. Complete nonsense. Luckily, like I said, it's not here to stay. It will go away with the event. And it seems like you guys are split about it in a way. So if you're enjoying it, well, you've got 2 months of this. Anyway, those are my thoughts about the things that stand out in all the new stuff that came with the event. If you liked this video, please remember to like, subscribe, or join as a member. Every bit helps. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next one.